You ready to go? Ready to go?
All right. Fire away, Coach.
All right, guys. Thanks everybody for coming on tonight. Obviously, it's great to get a win. The fun is in the winning. We worked so hard for these opportunities, these 12 that were promised, and when we can come away with a win, that's the goal each week is go 1-0. My hat's off to TSU and Coach McKinney. I thought they had a great game plan. I thought they did a great job. Their quarterback just stood in there, hit after hit, and delivered balls down the field, and their receivers made some great plays. I think the fact that we finally got a chance to play this game here in the city of Houston between these two teams is an awesome thing that hopefully we can do more of in the future. And certainly I look to build a relationship with Coach McKinney and help him any way myself or the program can. With that, obviously some good things offensively tonight. Defensively, there's still some things we're going to clean up. And, it's nice to clean them up after a win. And that's where we'll move forward on Monday. With that, I'll open up for any questions.
And Bloom, I want to start with Jordan Myers. You told me after the Texas postgame, y'all were going to rely more on him. You think you'd rely more to the tune of 4 touchdowns and 200 total yards? Was that in the cards?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. That's exactly what I meant, Matt.
How happy were you for him to get to have a night like this?
Yeah, Matt, he is like exactly what I want our team to be. He is the perfect college football player in so many ways, right? I love that he came back for a 6th year. I love that he came back because he loves his teammates so much. I love that he puts it all on the line for these guys every opportunity he gets. And that's why it's so easy to depend on him. It's so easy to give him the ball. And gosh, he did something we haven't had somebody do in a long time. He squared up a safety, freaking made a miss and finished the run, which was awesome. And then the hard runs on short yards and goal line, time and time again, the pass protection, catching the ball in the backfield. In case you haven't heard, Matt, I call him a Swiss Army knife.
You mentioned good night for the offense, obviously 48 points. How much of that do you credit to him?
How much of that do I credit to him? 4 touchdowns of it and a lot of unsung work, things that the casual fan will never notice. He in the leadership. Sorry, I don't know who the Zoom user is, but they're loud. But anyway, Jordan, the leadership that he provides, the extension of the coaching staff that he is, he's probably too smart to ever get into coaching, but I'd hire him the moment he did.
And then the rest of the offense, a couple of the other touchdowns, Jake Constantine came out, 5 incomplete passes, 270 yards, a touchdown. What do you think about his performance tonight?
Gosh, I thought he did some really good things. I thought he came out firing. Obviously, the first play of the game I thought was a great play design by Marcus Tuiasosopo and great execution by Jake and Cedric Patterson. The line provided great protection. It was exactly what we wanted out of that play, and they finished it the right way. I thought Jake was incredibly efficient. His numbers, 18 of 23 for 271 yards. I mean, that's a pretty good night playing quarterback in this offense and really efficient. There were about 2 plays where I wanted to, I guess if it were the olden days, I would have grabbed him by the throat. But aside from those 2 plays, I was really happy with his performance. I thought he did some nice things.
And then you talk about a guy, seizing the job and running away with it. Used 2 quarterbacks tonight. It seemed like Luke was pretty effective down in the red zone and doing what he did. How do you kind of view the quarterback situation going forward and how you use them?
Yeah, I think we'll continue to evaluate. But right now, I'm really pleased with how it worked tonight. I thought Luke came in the game and affected the game in a positive manner. And that's exactly what we need out of Luke, and continuing to build comfort with him in this offense and trust. And that's what we're looking for. But again, 18 of 23, that's a pretty good night at the office for our quarterback.
As far as, quarterback performances that you can remember in your tenure, where does this kind of stack up? How good of a night was it for Jake and compared to how quarterback play has been here in the past couple of years?
Yeah, I think, again, from an efficiency standpoint, it's one of the better. I thought Mike Collins had some really good games last year. And certainly when Mike, after 2 games, I think Mike had something like 10 touchdowns or 2.5 games. He had 10 touchdowns and no interceptions. So Mike had put some pretty good stuff on film last year too. But those are the standard we're trying to get to. If we could take away those 2 plays that we talked about, we'd say Jake played a really, really good game. And we'd say Luke came in the game and affected the game in a positive way. Played a really good game. So again, positive steps. We'll keep working.
And then on the keep working, I don't think you or anybody expected this to turn into a shootout down the stretch. What did you see from your defense, particularly the secondary? Seemed that some guys got behind them, which isn't something that's happened here very often.
Yeah, right. That's something that we've got to get fixed, and we've got to find out, like, if we're substituting too many people. If that's the problem, I asked Coach Smith coming off the field what I can do to help him. Is it personnel things and just deciding, hey, we're going to play 13 dudes on defense, and that's it. If that's what it needs to be, that's what it needs to be. But we're going to find the people that can compete to the standard we need to do the things in conference that defense is capable of. And guys, it's the same defensive coordinator. In large part, it's the same defense. It's the same players. But we're not getting the same results right now. And I have all the faith in Coach Smith to fix it, but we've got to fix it.
I don't know if it's frustrating is the right word, but how do you kind of reconcile that with, like you mentioned, this was a top 12 defense in the country last year and has most of the same parts, and you're seeing very different results?
I think that we played some pretty good opponents. I look around the country and saw that Texas hung 70 on somebody, and I think Arkansas beat Texas A&M, and Houston beat Navy. So I think we played some good teams, but it doesn't mean we don't have things we need to fix. So I don't want to talk about this game too much, Matt, before I get a chance to watch the film and all three phases, and certainly particular players. But we've got some things we got to fix.
And Coach, could you talk a little bit about the TSU quarterback? And did you guys, this is his first start. Did you know much about him?
They had played two quarterbacks in some other instances, and we really expected both to play. And I think they both did play, but maybe only because Bodie's helmet came off. So, again, I thought the kid came in. I thought he stood in the pocket incredibly well. I thought he got hit. And then towards the end of the game, I thought he became very elusive. I thought he kept plays alive for him when it seemed like we had him in the grasp and couldn't finish the play. And he kept his eyes downfield and made some nice throws. So my hat's off to him. And like I said, Coach McKinney, I thought Coach McKinney had a great plan.
Well, Coach, is there one area today that you felt the best about your team?
Yeah, I think it would be offense, clearly. I think special teams was not where we need to be from our desired outcome of the game, affecting the game in a positive way. And obviously defense doesn't want to give up that many yards or that many points. So if we're going to find some silver lining today, it's going to be an offense, and it's going to be that we ended the game on the field in a 4-minute drive. It's going to be that you look at situational football, and we did some really neat things. I'm really proud to be 5 of 6 in the red zone, and we're going to keep growing from there.
Feels pretty good to get that win, doesn't it?
Yes.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Anything else for Coach?
Yeah, Bloom, I just want to ask you, looking at the schedule, non-conference play in the books, you got one more game before you get a bye week. Does it kind of feel like is up and down as it's been, that you were kind of getting to a point where you can settle things out and kind of maybe get this team into a groove?
Yeah, that's the goal, right? We want to be a well-oiled machine, and we want to be able to put all three phases out there for 60 minutes. And I certainly don't think we put that kind of performance on the field this year, but that's what we're working towards.
Okay, thanks, Coach.
Thank y'all.
Thanks.
All right, let's bring Jordan up. All right, Jordan, a little bit better circumstance than a week ago. Just a general thought about the game, and we'll have a few questions.
Yeah, biggest thing, man. Condolences. Biggest thing is
good to see that.
Who's talking? Oh, anyway, my bad. Yeah, biggest thing. Shout out to the offense coming out on that first play and really setting the tone for the rest of the game. Big shout out to Jake coming in and really stepping up first start, and really putting the team on his back and being a big leader that we need. Everybody around the board was doing what we needed to do to win. A lot of things to clean up, but the biggest thing is, take the win, celebrate, enjoy it, but then come out ready for conference next week and be ready to, go for the bowl game and conference championship.
Questions?
Hey, Jordan, you and Bloomgren, when you met with us last week, mentioned that he was going to rely on you more and turn to you more this week. I believe you had 3 career touchdowns on the ground, rushing touchdowns coming in tonight. You had 4 tonight. Is that kind of a promise fulfilled to some degree?
Yeah, I'm just, happy I could, be somebody the guys can lean on. We work so hard. It gets a lot easier when you have such a gritty O-line, a composed quarterback, and, just, people who block downfield for you and just a team that believes in you, so I'm just running behind these guys, doing what I can for them and just making sure that I do my part. I do my 1 in 11. So, biggest thing is just shout out to those guys, man.
Y'all talked about last week about being able to flip that switch and turn it on. Do you feel like y'all did that this is something that y'all can sustain going forward?
Most definitely. I think there's still a lot to learn from. Like I said, our biggest, thing that we have to work on is definitely having a full game, full 4-quarter game, every quarter coming out expecting to go down and score. But we definitely, turn it on offense. So, like I said, man, they came out ready to play, had a great week of practice, and now we just got to take that momentum and move forward.
Is it nice to, feels like past couple years that it's you, the defense kind of helping y'all out and the offense coming along. Tonight, it was the offense that kind of bailed out the defense a couple times. Is it nice to be able to return the favor?
Yeah, most definitely, man. Defense, they've been solid for years. And they're still a really good defense. I put our defense against a lot of offenses. They'll get it together. They just, had a couple mistakes here and there, a couple missed tackles, but man, I got the full faith in them to come out and, dominate as we go in the conference.
And then what about Jake Constantine? What do you see from him tonight, his performance? 270 yards, only 5 incompletions.
Just a natural leader, man. Somebody that wants to go in there and make plays. Like I said, first start, he's coming in and really just taking control, taking lead. And that's the type of QB we need. Also, shout out to Luke being ready to come in, really running the ball well, making great calls, making great reads. And, just that's what we need. And we're going to keep doing that.
And then I wanted to ask you about one sequence. Early in the game, you got stopped on 3rd and short, immediately ran back to the line and let you pound it up for like a 5-yard gain on 4th and inches. Is that kind of like a microcosm of how y'all are coming along as an offense? What did that feel like, that trust to be able to turn around and risk it on 4th down?
It's just that's how much work we put into something like the short goal line package that we have. Like I said, our O-line, and really, they love to get down and dirty. Not many people want to be on the other side of the ball from that. And I have full faith that they're going to get the push and drive that we need to get that 1 yard, 2 yards, whatever it is in that short instance. So, basically our biggest goal in that is to always get 100%. And that's the mindset that we have. That every time we go out there, every time that package comes up, we're going to get it. So, shout out to the guys, man. Definitely holding down and understanding that, do what it takes to get that first down.
Hey,
When we
Jordan.
take one more for Jordan. Richard, go ahead.
Yeah. Hey, Jordan, talk about that 64-yard touchdown run and that move you made about the 10 or 15-yard line on that last defender was pretty impressive.
Yeah, like I said, man, the O-line, beautiful hole, great combos to the linebacker, was able to cut it backside, keep it straight. And I just saw the safety want to come down, had pretty bad leverage, so I pressed it, and then hit north, and it was a race to the end zone, hoping that I did get caught. I could hear in the back of my head my running back group making fun of me if I was to get caught. So, yeah.
All right. Thanks, Jordan. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Jordan.
Let's go ahead and let's bring Cedric Patterson up. All right, Ced. just said, just to want you to break down a little bit that opening play. I mean, the call's coming in, and he thought that it might break the way it did.
Oh yeah, we had all confidence that that play was going to work when we put it in. We've been working it all week. We knew it was going to be a big play for the game, and just for everyone to get their confidence to get the offense rolling.
Questions?
Obviously, getting that opening touchdown is nice, but how did it feel for the offense as a whole? This felt kind of like the first complete game that y'all put together.
Yeah, I feel like everything's starting to click now. We've been learning and practicing and grinding through these first 3 weeks, and now we got everything in order. We're finding our identity and who we are, and sky's the limit. We keep climbing, getting 1% better every day.
And then I want to ask you about your quarterback, Jake Constantine. Obviously, that big bomb, you helped him get a good chunk of his yards. But how do you think, what was it like having him under center and moving the ball with you guys?
That's my boy, Big Jake. We came in together. So, we spent a lot of time together. I love Jake. I love all the QBs. But I'm just proud of him for how he played today. He came in last week in short notice, and then he worked really hard this week to get prepped for the game and had a lot of prep time. So you saw the results.
And then obviously you had high expectations for yourself when you made the decision to transfer to Rice. You're the first Rice receiver with a 100-yard receiving game since Brad Rosner did it a couple times in 2019. How does that feel?
It feels good. I just want to thank Jake for throwing me the ball, but also the O-line for blocking, our coach for believing in us, Coach Kershaw, and coaching me up, making me see where I am, Coach Lee for calling me. But I'm just happy for all my boys, and just happy we got the win.
Chuck, you're looking at me funny. On the team, I'm looking at your notes. But and then kind of confidence going forward. Said y'all put it together. You said you could see it click. How confident are you guys that you can make this happen again next week and the week after?
Oh, we have all the confidence in the world. We know, every time we step on the field, we're the best team if we play our type of ball. So this is what we've been working for all summer, all spring for this moment to win a conference championship, and it starts next week.
Anything else for Ced? Okay, Cedric, take the rest of the night off, okay?
I will.
All right. We'll bring up Jake Constantine to wrap it up. Jake, just kind of an opening statement of, getting the start and having a great start to the game and moving through it from there.
Yeah, when I first came in here, that was the goal for me, is win the starting job. So, it was exciting to come out here and be able to lead the team. I thought our O-line played outstanding tonight. I thought they really stood out in my eyes. I thought they were what made us shake tonight and put all those points up on the board. So shout out to them. And, thank them for all the success our skill players had.
Questions?
Yeah. Hey, Jake, on that first play of the game, though, was that something that was designed that you guys were going to do that on the first play, or is it something you saw that there were man coverage on that receiver, or what was how were you all doing that on the first play?
Yeah, we know they played a lot of low safety looks during the scout week. We saw Baylor threw a post for a touchdown during their game. So we kind of implemented that into our offense. We already had that play call in our offense, but we knew we wanted to run that first play of the game. And we were, O-line, everybody was excited, before the game to run that play. And they did an amazing job protecting. And I let Ced just run under it, and he did the rest of the work. So shout out to the O-line and Cedric.
Jake, you mentioned how excited you were to get to start. When's the last time you started a game at home and you lost?
You said what?
When's the last time you started a game at home and lost? I was scrolling through the stat sheet. It looks like it's been a while.
Yeah, I mean, shoot. My last school, we won a lot of home games. I know my last year there, I don't think we lost a home game that season. And then I think dating all the way back to my sophomore year, I think we lost a playoff game at home. So it's been quite a few years.
Is that a new tradition you like to carry forward?
Oh yeah, I mean, I love winning, and I just love being around guys who love to win. I think we're building that here, and we just need to keep moving forward and look at the film. You know, I was mainly upset with the few bad plays that that I had that Coach Bloom had mentioned. Those were on my mind most of the night. Obviously, you got to just keep playing the game, but those are going to bug me while watching the film, and I need to get better because that interception shouldn't have happened, just errant throw and bad decision. So got to fix that up and help our offense out a little bit more and help our defense out.
And then obviously it's a bit different preparing as the starter versus maybe the guy who's third on the depth chart. What changed for you in your process this week that helped y'all get here?
I would say the biggest thing for me, and is the preparation and practice. Just getting those extra reps out there because last week when I went in, I was helping out the scout team for defense, so that was kind of a bit of surprise for me. But just getting those extra reps and getting the chemistry with our receivers and our O-line, them just hearing my voice in the huddle helps out a lot, and just them believing in me and seeing my tone in the huddle. So I'm ready to lead this team and I'm ready to go.
And then I noticed you and Luke high-fiving occasionally, swapping in and off the field. I don't know, is going in a 2-quarterback system something that you've done before? And then kind of how do you think it played out in reality tonight?
I've done a little bit at previous schools, which is the other QB running the ball, but I thought Luke did an amazing job tonight. He works just as hard as I do and as everybody else in the QB room. So I love to see his success, and it doesn't bother me at all that he's in there as long as he's helping out the team and I'm helping out the team, and we're winning games, there's nothing else that matters. So that's the main goal for us as a team or as a duo when we're out there, just keep moving the ball.
And then 48 points tonight. Obviously, a lot went right, not all of it. But how much confidence do you have that this can be the switch flip moment where this is the new normal going forward for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, those first 3 games were against some of the best opponents in the nation. And, you got to give your hats off to them. They did a great job, and I think we got better throughout those 3 games playing those big caliber teams, and did some good things, did some bad things against those teams, but we even had some bad plays tonight where mainly on my part too. I had a bad play, just little things we could fix. I just thought, like I said, at the end of the day, if our line keeps playing the way they did tonight, I think we're gonna keep having powerful plays and explosive plays. So shout out to them again for just dominating the line of scrimmage tonight.